Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to the Project 1999 Everquest Classic server with your host, Ralnar. Here we are in West Commons, and we are about to do this Cutthroat Insignia Ring quest. But before we do that, I wanted to show how to do the level 1 quest with these Orc Bronze picks here. So to do this quest, you have to be at least indifferent for a faction. You need 4 of these picks to do one. Ooh, action. 4 of these picks to do a turn-in. And there's no level requirement, so you can actually do these at level 1 if you have the required faction of indifferent. Okay? So let's see, well, we are at level 19 at 93%. You can see I've been busy. We'll get to that in a moment, and we just pass in 4. And I got 1% experience. I mean, which isn't bad. It's a level 1 quest, a very newbie quest, and I'm level 19. So that's not bad at all. Now, to do the next quest, you're going to need a backpack space. So I'm just going to get rid of my summon kit here. We can replace that easily enough. And I actually made a text macro called the Dervs. You have to say to him, if you have the correct faction, I want to hunt dervish cutthroats. You can see I am amiable now. I had to get my faction up a little bit more because I was not indifferent, so I did another round of Death Fist / belt turn-ins. So now I'm actually amiable. I've skipped up to indifferent, up to amiable. So let's see what he has to say. Garvalen says, "Greetings, traveler. If you wish to walk upon the road to Freeport, you will have to pay the toll of 2 silver pieces. And you should. It is not safe to stray from the pathway. There are many dangers in the common lands." Okay, so these guards are corrupt guards, so they're running a little hustle here, trying to get people to pay them for passing the road here. And of course, there are many dangers here in the commons, and one of them is these corrupt guards. What dangers in the common lands? The Orcs have been a nuisance of late. Many travelers have perished at the hands of the Orc pawns. Would you like to assist Freeport militia in ridding the lands of the Orcs? I will assist the Freeport militia. Sir Lucan would be proud. Patrol the common lands and watch for any Orc pawns. You should find out any Orc should you find any Orc pawn picks on them, I will pay you for every 4 you return to me. Be off then, for the glory of Freeport. Okay, so now, after I had done this turn-in, I actually did this backwards, he says, "You have done well. Keep up the good work, and we may be able to hunt you to hunt dervish cutthroats, which in turn will allow you to join the reserve Freeport militia." Say, I will hunt dervish cutthroats. So, I will hunt dervish cutthroats is the phrase, and you get this 8-slot bag. And what you do is you put in 8 cutthroat insignia rings. It's sort of like a crafting container. See how it has this combine button? You put in 8, hit combine, and you get this bag of cutthroat rings. And then you hand the bag to Guard Valen. So let's see, we are at 19.94. Let's see how much this gives. Only 2%. I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed with that. And you get, in return, you get this. You get this militia armory token. Okay, thanks. And you can just destroy that. It's not really worth anything. So that's what we've been working towards. And now we have some space here. So I'm going to go show you how to farm these insignia rings, because it is right over here, which makes it very convenient. You can level up while doing this and then turn in these rings for bonus XPs. And you can do this. I started doing it at 16 after the last episode, and it looks like nobody is camping him here, so first let's kill his pawn. And we've lost all the sound somehow. So this Cutthroat is a single pull, and at 19, that's a little too loud. At 19, they start greening out, but still give experience. You can see at 19 I cut through this Cutthroat and he's green con to me. So you have this single pull. He's single pull every time. We don't need any of those. And you can see in the middle here there's actually 3. That ogre is kind of blocking 1 or 2 of the spawns. They're so big. There's 3. I skip those. I come around to this tent, because this tent is a single pull as well. You just kind of creep up here, body pull. Yeah, there we go. Pull them over here. They do flee when they get low health, so I pull them a good distance away. And then this one is green as well, so we beat him up. You can see I peel right through these. Oh, I forgot to mention. I acquired something I've had my eye on. I did purchase a Defiance. I got a really good deal on this. These are going for about 700 plat, and I bought this one for 500. So now I'm broke again, but I got the 2 weapons that I really wanted at this stage for this character, and then we just continue. Now we do have some wandering orcs that go through the camp. You can kill those if you want. They will attack you if you're sitting down. I just attack them, because why not? Now this guy in the middle here, you can see he's getting buffed by this mage over here. And he dropped a belt. Okay. This middle spawn will come single except when you get close to this one, and then this one will join in. So this is a double pull, and which I'm not too upset about. So if I can creep up here, I could fire an arrow. Oh, I got him single. Okay, and I bring these up here. This is called Relana's Hill. I bring them all the way up here. So when they flee, are these green? Yeah. When they flee, they have nowhere to go really besides this line right here down the hill. That's pretty much where they tend towards. So I just bring them up here. I'm surprised I got that one single. I think this spawn down here must be the lowest green, so she did not get social aggro from pulling this one. And this is what I do. I just peel through these guys until I have 8. Oh, actually I should have picked up another bag, so I can just fill that bag up and continue on. You can see I am getting experience. I got 2% for those 3 kills. And here we go. Here we go. We have a Insignia ring, and they also have lots of beer, which I like, so I'll drink that. So then, these spawn every 6 minutes and 40 seconds. See, I got 2 this time, which is fine. Bring them all both up. If there's a higher level one, I want to do him second. I want to get... So, okay, they're both green. But I want to just cut down the lowest leveled one, and then save the higher level one for later. This has basically been my modus operandi since level 16. At 19, I wonder if I could smash mouse these 3 spawns here. But I'm going to stay away from that from here. You can see they still beat me up pretty good. And there's one down. Curious what the turn in at 20 will be. Now, if you want to do this camp and someone's here already, further to the west, right along the same zone wall, this is the zone wall here, is a higher level Orc Camp on the Death Fist faction. So you can get more of these belts there. Ding-a-ling. We don't need that. And I forgot to start my timer. But basically this takes me a few minutes, and then I wait a couple of minutes for that first one. The first Cutthroat we killed to spawn. Now I don't want to fight him in there because he'll run right towards those other three, and that's going to be a problem. Now the interesting thing is about these three is it's a good chance for it to be a caster, and they have heavy nukes, so as a warrior I don't have any way to stop those nukes. I need a stun proc on my weapon, and this ogre is higher level. You can see he's definitely blue. That's the ogre over there. So I don't want a high level Cutthroat and also a caster at the same time. The caster does have very low hit points, but I love that proc. Alright. So we have a couple minutes. There's also a lot of bears here, which I need. Oh, apparently I just got drunk. Which I need because I need to get rid of these regular backpacks and replace them with the 10-slot handmade backpacks. I'm just gonna run over here and actually pick up another bag so I have some more space. I don't think I have much space here. Oh, I do have some more. So I don't want to type out all that stuff again, so I made a macro. I want to hunt dervish cutthroats, and I just get the bag. And then we just continue. See, these big Kodiaks are still blue. Let's see if I can kill this guy real quick before the spawn. The other thing that's interesting about West Commons is that they have a lot of will-o-wisps, and the will-o-wisps drop these light stones. And these light stones, I wouldn't collect light stones very much. I think you can sell them for 2 plat, but these greater ones, they sell for 10 plat. So that's another thing you can do, and something I did previously, I just forgot to mention it. So I have these light stones. I haven't sold them yet, but I just wanted to mention that while I'm here in West Commons. You can start doing will-o-wisp around level 12. The caveat, though, is that you need a magic weapon, because they are magical creatures, and normal weapons do not harm them. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you look at the information for a weapon, it says right here, magic item, lore item. Magic item means it's magical, therefore I could hit, high level undead and magical creatures. And lore means I can only have one of them, which makes me sad. I would really like to dual wield weapons just for symmetry. I'm just kind of into that. And we don't need to keep that. And you can see this guy is up already. And he does wander towards the ogres, and we've missed him, so now we have to wait. Which is okay, because we need to heal up a little bit anyway. I mean, we did get a little beat up. So let's see, let's go to bind wound here. See, I hit level 20, which is fantastic. It didn't really take me a lot of time. At least it didn't feel like that way. I mean, I do this as a pastime. I don't really want to run through the game as quickly as I can. Especially if you're a new player. Kind of go at a leisurely pace, stop and smell the roses, that sort of thing. As you get into your, I don't know, second or third or maybe fourth or fifth characters, then you can speed through the game because you've done it all. But this, is a pastime for me. I enjoy it. I'm not in a hurry. So now I'm thinking, and here he comes back. He's green this time. They might all be green because I hit level 20. I'm thinking that this return on investment now, I am disappointed with. You collect 8 Insignia rings, and you get 1% experience back. I mean, it's a nice bonus, but I do recall another Cutthroat Insignia ring quest in South Row, where you hand them into an erudite, or actually no, I think it's an orc, which is interesting. And I think it might give better returns, but I'm going to try to get a few more. And then maybe we'll head, that's what we'll do, we'll head to South Row, we'll do that turn-in as a test to see what the turn-in experience gain is like. And while we're there, we will turn in those lightstones. Yeah, because that's right there in that zone as well. So why don't we do that? So how many do I have? We have 8, 12, 13, 14. And if I recall correctly, that turn-in is 3. So you want a multiple of 3 to turn in instead of 8. It might be the same XP, but I mean, you're turning in 3 instead of 8. And I wonder how long this is going to take me to fill up this. So these guys spawn pretty fast, and I forgot to set my timer again because I'm a noob. Hello. Hi. These might be so low that they don't aggro anymore. Oh, no, I'm wrong about that. I might have to run. Come on, chop chop. Chop chop, I need a proc. That was pretty careless of me. But you know what, I'll probably survive this. It's all good. One down. Oh, green. Yes, proc, I need a proc. I need more procs. What's my dex? 87. No. I can almost smash mouth this camp at level 20. Oh, this is not going well. I need a proc real bad. I should have killed her first, as she's lower level, probably. Even though they're both green. Oh, I'm gonna survive, I think. If I bring her over here, it would be better. I don't want an orc ad or her running back in through the camp. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Come on, berserker mode. Don't parry me. She's green. Finish her. Oh, I need a proc. Fortunately for me, I brought enough bandages. Ooh. That was a tough fight. Let's loot first and then heal up. I have to skip that guy this round. Oh. Nope. That was a bit careless of me. I can almost smash mouth the whole camp, so that's good to know. Maybe a couple more levels if I wanted to continue doing this. I do have some belts. I wonder if I should do that turn-in just to see what the XP gain is for level 20. I do have a list here of my belt turn-in somewhere, if I could possibly find it. Now, depending which class you are, this camp is going to be probably more efficient. I remember at 16, I took the first pather and the tent over here. Those two spawns, and that's it. That's all I could do. At 17, I could add these two. At 18, and then I added the final two over here, and that's pretty much where the sweet spot has been for me, because by the time I kill this last bandit on this side, you know, by these tents, then the first one's going to spawn after maybe like a minute or so. So I've always skipped these three. I do have a list here. This turn-in was the Cutthroat Insignia ring turn-in here in West Commons. Was 3% at 17 and 2% at 18, and at 19 it's 1%, and so at 20 it's probably going to be 1% again. But we're going to save those and head over to the Desert of Southern Row and see what the turn-in is. But first, I'm going to head to Freeport. And let's see, here's somebody. They are taking those three, which is fine by me. I mean, I don't mind sharing camps. I don't get overly territorial about camps. If someone comes along, they want a group, or they want to share a camp, I'm fine with it. A lot of people get upset about that, but I don't. So the question is the will-o-wisp, right there, the magical creatures. The question is, did they take this spawn already? If they did, that's fine. I'll go show the Orc Camp. Maybe I should do that anyway. A little rest. And let's see, how many do I have? 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I do have 15. That's a nice 5 turn-ins in South Row. Okay, so this one didn't spawn yet, so let's get them. And then they didn't stick around, probably because they saw me here, which is quite respectful actually. The community here is generally pretty good. Once in a while, you do get a jerk that either wants to overrun you at a camp or doesn't want to share or whatever, but I mean, that's just like anywhere on the internet that's anonymous. You're gonna get your jerks. Let's do one more round. Now that those are down, oh, hello Legionnaire. I'll be joining your camp shortly, so you just be patient. Here she is. These are all green now, it seems like, except the ogre. There's also an orc spawn here. He's generally higher level as well. I have about 6 minutes of freedom before these spawn again. Gotta keep my skills up. Oh yeah. Okay, there's another one. Shoot, now I'm gonna have to get 2 more to make it divisible by 3, my total. Which is good, fine by me. So I've retired the services of my asterisk sword now that I have this lovely, lovely Defiance sword. Come here. Okay, so he did aggro. That's good to know. I'm gonna bring you up here, buddy. I'm gonna fight on Relinar's Hill over here. Relinar's Ridge. Ooh, that's catchy. Welcome to Relinar's Ridge. Now, at level 20, I believe, my damage cap gets raised, but I'm not sure I was doing much to go over that. I think I would need a big, hard-hitting, two-handed weapon to start worrying about that. But I don't think I get anything at level 20. I have double attack and dual wield. I think at 35 I get riposte, and around level 40 I get disarm, and that's it for the melee skills. So, yay for Relinar. He's pretty much peaking early. And it's a rope I don't need. Let's fire an arrow to the back of this lady's skull, because she's a bandit. Okay, that big ogre spawned, so just be mindful of that. If I had more health, I'd probably try to get him now that that spawn is split up. I think I will, actually. Getting a little frisky now. I'm a bit higher level. Bind up a bit. Did I kill all 3 of these cutthroats? I think I did. So let's try to pull this ogre. Oh, we need 50% health, I think, and then before his friends spawn. So I am getting experience still. What did I kill? 5, 6, or 7 of these? And I'm at 5%. There we go. Alright. He is blue for the spawn. Yes, get up here, big guy. So it's still not terrible experience, and I'm not in danger very much, and I get to do these turn-ins. So, still not a bad camp for a warrior. Other classes probably would be laughing at this camp, at doing this camp at level 20, but I don't mind. I'm just here to start from scratch, and these are the things you do when you are starting out with little money. So yeah, I can take this guy pretty easily, even at 50% health. I do miss being East Commons, I must say, because I can't really sell anything here. I mean, I can advertise, but I'm not going to get many sales here. Oh, another reason that I come up to Relinar's Ridge here is because there is a high-level werewolf. Well, not high-level, he's about level 25 or so. And he comes... oh, then there he is, right on cue. And he comes right into the middle of the camp. So if you're sitting over here, or over here, you will get aggro. See, he is... oh, he's yellow to me now. So that must mean he is... you know, 21, 22, 23. So, but I mean, he is, you know, when you're 16, that's a huge level range difference. So, I've been caught by him a few times, and that's why I pulled to Relinar's Ridge up here. Oh, I did not get that guy. Alright. There's enough cutthroats to go around, too, because there are some in West Commons, there's some in North Row, and there's some in South Row, and I think there are some in Oasis as well. So, there's a lot of cutthroat camps if you really want to do this. And this particular camp is taken. This is just the one I like. So I'm going to kill this cutthroat, and then I'll show you the Orc Camp. And then I'm going to turn in the belts to see what the return is at level 20. And then we'll go to South Row to see what the cutthroat rings turn in is to the Orcs. Which is, I think, on the Temple of Solosek Row faction. So you don't get the bad faction you do with this Freeport militia turn-in. Being stingy with the rings. And he's up already. What's up, fella? See, I'm right next to the druid rings. So if you are able, you can actually run to rune rings druid rings and get buffs. When I started this, I had so, because that's what I did. And that's a griffin. Yeah, be wary of those as well, because griffins will eat you alive. They're level 25-ish, I think. Yeah, he's still red to me. Okay, well that griffin's hanging out here. Let's go check out the Orc Camp. We will be back, cutthroats! So you just head west, and this is the zone wall here. And you just head west along the zone wall, past the cutthroats, and then you'll eventually get to an Orc Camp right before the zone to Cutthroat Forest. This Orc Camp is very similar to the one at East Commons, except it's a little bigger and the orcs are higher level. So at 20, I'll probably still get, XP on the greens. And we can get rid of these because now I am slow. Isn't it amazing that we're at the point where we can destroy money? I wouldn't have done that at the start. So this camp is pretty good. I like to start in the corner here. The only tough one is going to be this Legionnaire in the middle. I like to leave him for last, so we just start here. Some of these are going to be the same level as these commons, and some of them are going to be a little higher level. You can see this apprentice. These are two apprentices are definitely going to be the lowest level, as they were in these commons as well. So we get here to Orc Slaying. There's another apprentice here, and they still drop the belts. We can smash mouth these guys, and let's not smash mouth the Oracle. Let's just bring him behind the old tent here, and then we want to kill the Oracle first because he's going to heal. And see, they don't even aggro anymore because they are not high enough level to care about me. So you can just continue to collect belts. Why not? I didn't loot those for some reason. See, this guy isn't even bothered. I'm beating up his Oracle. So I think Legionnaires can spawn anywhere. There's also a Wanderer Legionnaire that I think we fought before. I can't remember if that was a Centurion or a Legionnaire, but proc. But it's something to do if the Derv camp is taken, or if you or the East Commons camp is taken, and you want to collect belts, either for, selling, or turning them in yourself. Legionnaire. Where are you going, Legionnaire? No idea what this guy's doing. Oh, oh. He's a tree. He's in tree form. Nice work. You fooled me. This person is actually disguised as a tree. It was just... What's going on with the lag today? Ooh, he must be a druid. Give me so. Huzzah! Because we have a long run. Alright, that kind of worked out. Alright. You can see in the distance here that pyramid. Oh, I can't see it anymore. That is the wizard spires. And then you have the Jude ring. And now we have so let's run to Freeport. Man, we should probably bandage up first. Yeah, who cares? We have a long run. Let's go to Freeport and hand in these belts and see what's what with the experience. Geez, I mean, it's gotta beat the 8 Insignia ring turn-in. I'm guessing, but I mean, I'm talking about a 4-belt turn-in. It's gotta beat 2%, or it's probably more like 1.5%. Let's see. Let's find out. West Commons is actually another great place for bear hunting when you're a little bit higher level. A lot of these bears are camped for their high-quality skins by tailors and other entrepreneurs like myself to make, of course, the handmade backpacks, the 10-slot, 10% weight reduction backpacks, which we need because we have the regular ones. Now, we don't need this bag, because I don't think we can put anything else in it. And so let's just destroy that. Get rid of these. Because we're almost rich now. Actually, we're broke after buying our 2 weapons. But, I'm happy with that, because those are the weapons that I wanted. So, anyways. Okay, now we're zoning over to East Commons, which can be interesting. While we're running through, I might as well try to sell some banded. Here we go, our lovely Orc Camp that we made our home from levels 13 to 16. Let's just kill one for old time's sake. Now, I had a good comment on the previous video about how you can manipulate the faction by turning into the good guys and the bad guys, which is very interesting, and I've never done that before. It wouldn't work for this character because I'm a warrior of Innerok, but that's a good tip for other characters that are maybe agnostic or friendly with both the good factions of Freeport and the corrupt factions. You can basically turn in 1/3 of your belts to the good guys and 2/3 of your belts to the bad guys, and you basically, the positive faction gain is greater than the negative faction loss, so you end up kind of shimmering up a ladder and increasing both factions simultaneously, and you can get them both amiable. I don't think that's an option for a worshipper of Innerok, because I'm pretty sure the good religions of Freeport are going to hate me and kill me on sight. But that's something I didn't test, so I'm not really sure. But good tip. Very good tip. That way you can do the turn-ins, get the experience, raise both factions, and then you can still bank in North Freeport. Where at this point I have no hope of banking in North Freeport, so which I don't care. I mean, I'm a Dark Elf of Neriak, so I don't really mind. Let's see if we get any bites here while we're running through. This is pretty much my modus operandi. Want to sell. I kind of don't want to sell it because then I'd have to cancel my trip to Cutthroat, so maybe that wasn't a wise idea. It's just such a force of habit at this point. Buy my stuff! Oh, you have an orc pick. Alright, so we're almost in Freeport. How many do we have? So just these. Doesn't matter. The zone process is going to close my bags anyway, so there's that. Anytime now, anytime. Robe of the Keeper. Blood Red Robe Fashion Quest. That's what FQ means. I seem to have misplaced my turn-in stats for previous levels for these belts. I have those somewhere. I'll dig them up. So it doesn't matter. We will just see what the XP gain is for these now. And here we are. Knock knock. Ooh, turn lag. That's weird. So we are 20.9. Where are we? Oh, these. So let's see. $20.9. Wow, that is loud. But that was 4%. 4% is not bad at all for the effort it takes for these to collect these belts or to buy them. I mean, they're only 3 to 5 plat each. I'm fairly happy with that. It's still fairly loud. I apologize. I mean, not going to complain about that at all. Alright, 4%. It beats collecting the 8 insignia rings. But of course, you get to gain experience while you're doing that for the rings, and I totally went the wrong way. Whereas the orcs at this point, except for the legionnaires, are going to be no experience. But still, worth farming, I think. So let's go to Solo. See about these rings. %. I'm assuming it goes down by 2% per level. So at 20 it's 4%. At 19 it would go up 2%, so it's 6%. At 18 must have been like 7 or 8%. And at 17 it must have been like 10% still. That's roughly, I think, an accurate guide to that Deathfist / belt turn-in. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I don't have my spreadsheet open. So we have a bit of a run now to get to South Row. We have to go from East Commons to North Row, through Oasis to South Row. Fortunately, the turn-in is at the zone-in to South Row from Oasis. But we're also going to test that Greater Lightstone turn-in as well. And then maybe we'll check out the Derv camps in South Row. I think there are definitely a couple. That is the plan. Shady Swashbuckler has been charmed. It's kind of fortunate to run into that tree that gave us Spirit Wolf, because this is really speeding our journey here. Alright, from East Commons we are entering the desert of Northern Row. %, that's really not bad. So let's gather all these together. Now there are dervish camps here. We're going to skip them for now. Actually, I think we're going to run right through one before we get to Oasis. It's a big one too, I think. There are derv camps in Oasis, and there are derv camps in South Row. So, plenty of derv camps all around. Jeez, I hope this turn-in's better than the 1 or 2% we got for the 8 turn-in. I should probably edit all of this running around out, but I'm just lazy. Plus, well, something cool happened. Like, we got eaten by a giant. I mean, wouldn't you want to see that? So here's a derv camp. 2, 4, 6. That's pretty good. Pretty good size camp. On to Oasis! Now, an interesting thing about Oasis is we're going to pass right on through what's called Orc Highway, which are higher level orcs, but they're not on the Death Fist orc faction. They are on the general orc faction, so they don't drop the belts, unfortunately. However, it is a good place to gain experience in a group from, say, 12-ish to 19-ish. At 19, I'm curious. Actually, I'm at 20 now. Curious if they would be worth doing, and they are actually. Well, I don't want to fight right now because the video is a bit longer than I wanted. But if we learn some things, we learn some things. So this area, there's actually an obelisk over here, jam-packed with orcs. I'll just show you after we crest this hill here. Yeah, there we go. There's some here. You can see, yeah, this, look at them all, like ants. This is the Orc Highway. They patrol this entire side of the map, all the way to the end of the zone. Oh, and the one orc I didn't want to fight, I was just going to mention, I resisted his root spell, was the Orc Priest. I was going to, oh man, they're going to nuke me. Yowza. See, if I just cut and edit this out, you'd be missing this action. As Relinar flees for his life. Fortunately, we have So, and we can outrun him, because they have to stop to cast spells, and we just keep on running. So I didn't want to encounter a priest there, which I did. The other thing is there's a sneakily named orc warrior here. You see how this one's named an orc warrior? There's a sneakily named mob here that randomly spawns. It's called a orc warrior. So if you're not paying attention, you might pull him, and he's quite a bit stronger than the regular orc warriors. So a bit sneaky on the part of Verint to do that, but they definitely did that. Now I'm probably pulling this train of orcs now because that priest probably met up with some other orcs, and now they have a big posse, and they're going to try to get me. But I'm too fast. I'm too fast, and I'm too clever. So bye-bye. Had I not had Spirit of the Wolf, I would have been much more cautious than just plowing through there. But the Orc Highway is a good place to level. So here we are in South Row. Hooray. We made it unscathed. So if we just hang a right here, we should see an orc patrolling up in this corner. The difference is he's a friendly orc, believe it or not. And he's pretty high level. He's got to be 30, 35, something like that. Here he is. His name is Artalius. You can see he's red to me. He wanders around, which makes him sort of an annoying quest turn-in mob. Let's see, where are we? So we gotta hail him, and then turn the rings. I'm pretty sure it's 3. So we're at 19%. So it's 1%. But it's only 3. And that's 2%. So this is basically 1.5%. But, yeah, 1.5%. But you're doing 3 rings instead of 8. So it's actually... Come back here. So it's actually better. It's better to do this turn in. And you can see I'm getting Temple of Solasek Row faction. And Shadowman faction got worse. That faction doesn't matter because it's one of those NPC factions that always hate you. So you can't really increase that unless you kill the quest NPCs in Solasek Row Temple, which you don't want to do. Now right over here is going to be the turn-in. That's a blue mummy. Interesting. Is going to be the turn-in for the evil version of the Greater Lightstone quests. Okay? The good version is actually out in Karana. I believe it's this merchant here. Or is it the smith? Yeah, here we go. It's the smith here. So here we want to turn in Lightstones. Let's see. We have one greater here. I'm going to separate these out a little bit. One greater here, and the rest are regular. Yeah, so for one Lightstone, we get 1% and this book, apparently. So the interesting about this, if you're an evil race, say you're an Ixar, and you want to live on Antonica for a while, but everybody hates you. The good thing about this turn-in is that you only get positive faction. There are no associated negative factions with this turn-in. So if you're an Ixar and you wanted to get faction high enough, say in Neriak, then you would just buy a bunch of Greater Lightstones, and you can see people selling them in the tunnel. It's actually pretty good business. But we're just going to turn these in for the experience. So those were 1%. The Greater Lightstones, let's see, we are at 34, is 4%. Oh, and, I forgot about this. And, it's these little ones. I thought it was the 10 slot. These are the practice research grimoires. We don't care about them. These are the practice ones. So we just want to sell these right back for 9 plat. Okay. I'll take that. Come on, out of the way. No. Click the things I want to click. Thank you. No. No, I want to click her first. Alright. If those were the 10 slot bags, or containers, that would have been great. But what are these? 9 silver. Okay, let's just get rid of these. These basically explain to you how to do spell research if you're an int caster type. All the int casters have their own research containers. That's kind of like a trade skill for spells. So that's what that's about. Generally you don't need to do those, but some people do. I've done it before. But so that was pretty good turn-in for Greater Lightstone, still at level 20. That's good to know. Now, if we head over to... I want to go south. Thank you. There is a Derf camp to the south, directly south from Ortalius. So that's convenient. Here it is. And no one's camping this. And there's another Derf camp directly west from here. I mean, that's not it. That's some kind of undead pyramid. That might be the... I don't think wizards support here, but... Anyways, there was another one directly west of here on the other side, near the zone wall. So, let's get to work here. Maybe we can get 3 more and get a little more... Actually, I just need 1. Get a little more experience. And then, we're probably going to call it an episode. So come on, Cutthroat, drop it. Huzzah! Alright, so let's turn in this, and then we'll end the episode. It's been a long episode. Thank you for watching, if you stuck through it all. But we learned a lot. We got to level 20, and that's convenient, really. I mean, he's right here. Where are you? I wonder how an orc got converted to Solasec Row. Alright, 41%. So, we're just going to sit by this tent, by this erudite over here, and rest up. And, let's see, what are we going to do next time? I think we are going to go further west from the Commons. We're going to go through Cutthroat Forest, enter High Pass Hold, and investigate whether or not the gnolls and the orcs there have anything interesting for us to farm and to sell, to turn in. So until then, safe travels, and thank you for watching.